What makes you sad always? Death of my wife. It has been almost 13 years and I can start bawling my eyes out at the drop of a hat. Sad commercial. Country western song. Sappy movie. I just sob. She was the light of my life and the apple of my eye. We shared 29 glorious years, but it will never have been enough. She was only 50. That there are certain people in my life who were so important to me in the past, but are gone now. Like deceased or drifted away and don't want to talk to me. Or were an online friend that I can't find anymore. I've been missing a few old friends a lot. And at the time, they meant the world to me. Stuff happened. And we went our separate ways. Now I would love to chat with them just to catch up. Nothing more. No hidden meaning. It's hard for me to reach out to others. So it's a big step. One I have no direct way to contact. The other, left on read. I guess it makes sense. But it hit me in the nostalgia and stings a bit right now. Make sure you tell people at some point what they meant to you. Even if that meaning has changed and faded over the years. Even if you were just thinking about the good old days and they were special. Tell them. And if you get a nice message, don't leave them on read. Sometimes I'll be telling a story. And I don't think anyone is listening. So I just stop in the middle. And I am right. My mom passed away recently. At only 49 years old. My biggest fear was losing her. I can barely function anymore, and feel like I lost my will to live. My life feels surreal now. Every time I think of her I am so beyond devastated, it's indescribable. Edit. Thank you to everyone who said kind things or shared their stories as well. I will be reading all of your comments. My mom was my best friend. And things have been really challenging lately. The way I treat others in the past. Seeing someone disappointed in me. It's the same look in their eyes. My age. While 70 is a milestone. I miss the days of youth. I miss my vigor and energy. I wake up sad some days because I know my days on this earth are dwindling. I wish I had done more in life even though my accomplishments in my career were satisfying. I wish we had had more children. At the same time, I'm glad to be retired. Even with the meager pensions we have now. And after 50 years of marriage, I'm glad to spend my final years with my best friend and lover. I'm sad there's just so little time left. Not knowing what exactly to do in life. Seeing pictures of my dad. My parents divorced when I was 3. And courts didn't allow a lot of visitation time for my dad. He finally got me out of a bad situation with my mom when I was 15. And got me back on track. He died a few years later. And I always feel like I got cheated out of having him in my life. Edit. Thank you all for the kind words. And also all the awards. I definitely was not expecting this to get any attention. But I really do appreciate everyone for reaching out. You guys are awesome. Thoughts of my parents leaving someday. Not the leave for a pack of cigarettes type of leaving. How many friends I've gradually lost over the years. I'm 35. Just because of drifting apart, starting families, etc. and how at the same time, it has become exponentially harder to make new friends. Edit. To elaborate a little more. The latter is true mostly because of me being an introvert. I'm terrible at striking up conversations with new people and being outgoing, and this has only gotten worse with age. My wife is the opposite. She starts a new job and within a couple weeks has weekly happy hours with her coworkers, or she'll run into someone in our neighborhood and within 15 minutes has agreed to join her book club. I'm just not wired that way. Also, I don't want to make it sound like I'm chronically depressed because of this. I still have a few close friends and that's enough 99% of the time, and as an introvert, I'm totally okay being alone also. But I do think back to times 5, 10, 15 years ago when I was doing random, fun things with friends that I never see anymore and get a little bummed about it. At least I have those memories. Seeing neglected children truly breaks my heart. Remembering that I don't need to do less than a particular thing that I used to do for my dog greater than because she died 2 years ago. Growing up and watching your parents get old. Like WTF, I'm the one that's supposed to be growing up. You're meant to stay the same. Edit. To everyone who has seen this. And everyone that will, go see your family. Sometimes I get really excited when I'm telling someone about a subject I love, when my brain suddenly gives me this irrationally strong feeling that I'm just annoying the other person by talking at all. Then I usually just go quiet and don't want to talk or be around that person anymore. I just want to disappear. Because my brain is a bully. Seeing students with their group of friends in school and I'm just phasing through, alone. It does make me sad at times. Going to school every day thinking no one would approach me and have nothing to look forward to besides assignments. Sigh. Just thinking about my ex. Not a desperate, needy sadness, but a sorta, wow, I miss doing dumb stuff with this person. Sadness. The episode of Phineas and Ferb where they have to get love handle back together. At the beginning their dad's initial attempt at an anniversary gift is this poor old lady performer dressed up as a heart. And the old lady is trying her best. Probably working that job just to get her kids through school or herself out of debt or something because otherwise she would be retired. But no, she's spending her time trying to make happy couples happier. And the boys and their dad just shoot her down and she looks so sad when they do. As a kid that made me incredibly sad because I thought about how my own grandmother worked as a cleaner and got basically abused by her clients. And to this day that episode bring back all those memories and makes me tear up a little. Ain't Got Rhythm is a good song though. Thinking about the only night I saw my dad cry for non-movie reasons, aka a few days after his divorce, when he randomly came into my room. Just absolutely broken. Hurts my heart just thinking about it. I work in a call center for a popular roadside assistance company and sometimes I have members that call in to take their children off their membership because they've passed away. Deceased spouses and parents I can deal with, but there's something especially dark about speaking with someone who has outlived their own child. Thinking about the good old days. Knowing that my grandparents are going to pass away soon. This gets me real depressed real fast. My social anxiety. Talking with friends is a challenge. Talking with family is a challenge. Going to the fucking drive-thru is a challenge. I can't meet new people. I always compare myself to others and I'm very critical of myself. I'm ashamed of who I am. That there will be a time I pet my dog for the last time. Old folks grocery shopping alone. Seeing my mum sad. Edit. Go call your mums. The fear that I might not feel true happiness or find the motivation to live anymore. Thinking about my ex-girlfriend. Life is so short and I wanted to spend every moment with her. Traveling. Discovering life. Experiencing happiness and sadness with her. Knowing I'll never get any of that makes me sad. A whole different life taken away. It's quite strange. I've already moved on a bunch. But thinking about that overall idea is sad. Especially when you know you love the person. I will 110% start crying if anyone yells at me. Even for like a minor thing. It's kind of pathetic and horrible at the same time tbh. Reading this thread. Feeling constant regret and guilt cause I think I am the one who made my whole family's life terrible, even though when I think about it it's not my fault. I don't know if this is just me. But sometimes I become hyper aware of the world. It's like I'll think about the horror going on in somewhere like South Sudan. The genocide going on in China of the Muslims or the rampant sexual assault that goes on in the world and it just feels like a ton of bricks hitting me all at once. They don't directly affect me but at the same time I feel like if my grandkids ever ask me how I responded in those times I can't give them a justified answer. Thanks for the guild. Speaking with my parents. So much hate when they talk. I don't recognize them anymore. We talk to each other like we are both pretending to be someone else. How people fall in love and fall out of love. Just by getting tired of each other over time. Ending up in divorce with children. For some reason it disturbs me deeply that people can grow so far apart with so much history together. Instead of learning more and growing together over time. And accepting each other. Makes me afraid of commitment. The film. The Green Mile. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it. I cry every time he is being electrocuted. A Bridge to Terabithia. I'm pretty sure it's the only movie I've ever cried watching. Seeing formerly really loved restaurants, stores, and homes get abandoned and left to rot. I can't help but think back to when they were beautiful and new and how many fun, pleasant memories so many people may have had concerning them. It goes double for little places that were opened by immigrants that allowed them to have their piece of the American dream for a little while. Thinking about my ex-boyfriend who killed himself. We love you, Chris Heck. Fucking up my marriage. Still. 10 years later. And into second marriage. When you text something into a group chat and everybody ignores you. The middle part of the movie. Fox and the Hound. When my dad yells at my sister but I can't step in because he's gonna beat both of us. When Uncle Iroh sings Leaves from the Vine. Thinking over the opportunities I missed out on because I didn't recognize them as opportunities at the time. Knowing that in 100 years me and everyone reading this will be dead, gone, and forgotten. Live accordingly. The first few minutes of Up. Disabled animals. It's compounded by the fact that they do not know they are disabled. Happy animals that can't use their legs makes me cry every time. Thinking about the day my parents won't be by my side anymore and how I'm going to miss all the little everyday things that I get to experience now. When a couple is looking forward to the birth of their child and the pregnant woman has a miscarriage.